Some of the last words that Todd shared with his family were always be a giver. Todd was a giver since the time that I met him when I was 23 years old and he was 29. He was a giver in terms of fun times and a giver of philanthropy. He helped my students at my schools, and he was always wanting everyone to have the best time possible.
You've never met a guy like TB being Todd Barron. When I think of him, I think of three very special words: live, give, and love. Todd had hundreds and hundreds of best friends. Nobody knew how to live and have fun and party like Todd Barron.
His optimistic outlook left a permanent mark on our sarcoma team, as well as other patients he encountered while receiving treatment. Even after receiving terrible news, Todd never stopped fighting and would turn around and raise money for sarcoma research for patients to reap benefits long after he was gone.
The one thing that is needed is planning, and that is where everyone in this room can assist in that goal. I thank you for your support here tonight. I ask for your continued support.
Todd and I met through a mutual friend, and I reached out to Todd, and he immediately impacted my life in ways I can't describe. He guided me through my journey with cancer. He told me what to expect, how to get through things, how to deal with the medicines and the treatment that I was receiving. And more than that, in a very short period of time, we became the best of friends, to the point where I viewed him as an older brother.
When our two daughters were born, he became the fun dad, and he was dedicated to giving our daughters the most exciting life that two little girls could have. And when he was diagnosed with sarcoma, when they were 3 and 6 years old, he chose to continue that tradition, giving them as much fun as he could without putting the burden on them of the diagnosis that he was living with.
Todd would say, "Michael, I'm not dying, I'm living with sarcoma. And although I got a really bad hand, it's up to me to really play that hand and go above and beyond, and if not now, when? Live."
He was the initiator of fun for all of his friends and family.
Todd inspired hundreds, if not thousands of people with how he handled this adversity.
Everyone who knew my brother understood just how generous and thoughtful and kind he was. He loved life deeply, but what he loved most was making other people happy. He lived to make the world around him brighter, a happier place.
Whenever we need advice, we think, WWTD, what would Todd do? And when we think about live, give, love, what would Todd do? Even though he's not physically here, he's here. And we talk and we think about Todd D. Barron each and every single day.
He attacked life with vigor. It didn't matter what he was going through, and trust me, he was going through hell that most people can't comprehend, but you couldn't tell. He just pushed through it, through parties, through get-togethers, through planning events. The guy was unbelievable.
So it's so appropriate that Todd chose to spend his last weekend out of the house before he passed away at the Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne with 30 of his closest friends and family, sitting around in the club lounge, talking, enjoying one another, watching games on TV, and just spending the quality time that he wanted to give to each one of his most important people.
One of Todd's final messages to his friends and his family and the entire public was to always be a giver. So thank you for being here tonight. Please give. Please always remember, live, give, love, always be a giver. And again, when in doubt, what would Todd do?
It's not just about tonight, it's about tonight, it's about the future. I appreciate your commitment tonight. What I'm asking for is your commitment for many years to come, and for your commitment to let others know the importance of supporting SFA and your future, and your commitment for the future. It's that commitment that will help us get to the finish line. Thank you.